Okay, on my left we have the Mavic Pro DJI, and on my right we have the Mi drone from China, and both of them can do 4K. And I just want to go through today's video with a bit of my personal experience with the two drones, which I have for the last couple of weeks, and I have been flying both of them, and I enjoy both of them very much. The reason why I'm doing this video is not a product review. I'm not going to go through all the specification of the drone. I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there which is already tell you everything about the drone that you need to know. In my channel there is a lot of footage of both of these drones that you can have a look and for comparison. So in case you don't want to watch the whole video, basically both of these drones is really capable. I won't call them toys. I won't call them toy because they're not toys. Both of them will let you do aerial photography or a very nice video. The only problem is with Mi drone. I think this is the second one that they have on the market. The first one is 1080p. This one can do 4K. The drone itself fly really stable, easy to fly. GPS, stabilization, and I have no problem flying this. And I'm pretty sure even if you have no experience flying the drone, if you follow the instruction on beginner's mode just to practice, there is very little that it can go wrong. However, when it comes to the camera, it got a very nice gimbal and the video is stabilized. However, there is no settings available. There is new firmware coming out which allow you to adjust it a bit more. But compared to DJI, which has already gone through a few generations, and they are very sophisticated type of camera, and there is possibility of using things like filters. They let you adjust the ISO, the shutter speed. I mean, all these things that you might not need if you're a beginner looking for your first drone. So then I will recommend the Mi drone, because for that amount of money, if you do crash, a lot of times you do, due to human error or something has gone wrong, at least you're not paying like top dollars. You can almost like buy another one straight away. Whereas the Mavic Pro, they are expensive, and if you crash it, you will suffer. I bought the Mi drone after watching a few videos on YouTube, and they show side-by-side video of the 4K capability of both of the cameras, and also 2K. And I believe the few what I watch, they say they are comparable, and in fact in some cases the Mi drone actually show better video than the Mavic Pro. And for me, that is not the case. I don't know how true it is with the video out there on YouTube, but I just want to set the record straight. There is no way the Mi drone can make better video than the Mavic Pro in my experience. I have posted a lot of questions online regarding how to best use this drone and how to get the best footage from the camera available. And often the advice will be, don't point directly at the sky, make sure the lighting condition is correct. But for my experience is that when I fly this drone, when you change from a very dark scene to a very light scene, for example, from I was flying through the woodland and then suddenly come to an open space, the camera just doesn't adjust the lighting very well. In fact, a lot of the time that I can't use the footage because the light changing for the camera on auto is just awful, and there's no way you can adjust that. You just have to fly with whatever that is. So basically it will create very good images if the condition is right. So you have to go a certain time of the day and hope that it's not too bright sunlight and stuff like that. Whereas the Mavic Pro, even without the filter, when I gone out with flying the Mavic Pro, I have no problem with a lot of the lighting changes and stuff like that. When I was panning, it was I think it was sunrise, and I was panning from from the sunrise, where you got perfect exposures to the bright sky, and actually turn the drone around to the other side, and it changed the lighting correctly and without much intervention. And once you get used to know the camera and you would get more out of it, you can actually adjust the ISO so you don't get too much noise. And if the day is too bright, you put a filter on it, like a pair of sunglasses in front of the lens, so you can still have the best shutter speed. And overall, the footage come out will be a lot better. So that's my opinion of the two drones. Don't get too upset if you bought one or the other, because both of them are very capable drones. And then now I have these two drones. I have to get rid of one of them, and for me has to go. First of all, the camera, until they have a better setting, it just doesn't work. There's no aftermarket or even OEM filter available for the lens, so you can't really do much if it is too bright, the sunlight. And the portability as well. So look at this drone, it's massive. I mean, airtime is comparable. I did manage to get 25 to 27 minutes as per the manufacturing guideline to fly this thing, but it's huge compared to this that you can bring around in almost anywhere that you want to go. Just for comparison, this is the device, or this is the bag which I keep the drone, the controller, the filter, and even the chargers, extra props, extra battery, everything in this little package. Whereas the Mi drone, I have to carry this, and this is massive. And this is the part which I really frustrated and don't like about the current drones. It's not just Mi drone, but most of even the DJI is, when you fit this in the bag, nice and easy, it fits really snug because it's purpose built. But look at the props. Now you have to take off the props. It doesn't take long because it's just one twist and they come off. But imagine every time you fly the drone, you have to do this for storage and to put it back on, for storage and put it back on. For me, that is just not something that I would like to do every time. I would like to just on location, ready to go, pick out the drone and start shooting. So for those video out there to say that the Mi drone is just as good as Mavic Pro, or with Mi drone the 4K camera is better than Mavic, I just want to put it out there. For my experience, that is not true. So if you really like aerial photography and you want to have the best quality and the best experience, definitely go for the Mavic Pro. The software side of it, the DJI app is really easy to use, with all that tracking function and stuff like that. Even if you just want to fly as a beginner and not use any of those fancy function, the DJI definitely better. The synchronization between the drone and the video is hardly any lag at all. There is no delay in terms of the video. You can almost fly it like first person, like FPV with the Mavic. Whereas the Mi drone, there is delay, and sometimes more than a few seconds delay. And without the obstacle avoidance, if you do fly into an object, by the time that it comes to your screen, it could be a few seconds away. You could have crashed already. By the time you pull the joystick back and say, oops, too close, the drone is already into the tree or into the wall, which makes it really hard to do a nice aerial photography. When I use this drone to make some really nice video, like the one that you have seen on the screen or on my channel, most of the time I really have to rely on the line of sight. So basically I'm looking at the drone instead of looking at my screen, and I'm thinking like, okay, if I fly higher I get that shot. I'm thinking that hopefully the shots will be correct. But whereas the Mavic Pro, because there's no time delay, there's no lag between the video and the screen. A lot of the time I just look at the screen instead of looking at the drone. Every so often I look up and check it's still there, and then I just look at the video screen and just follow